Girls Chronicles Fam Squad, welcome back to another vlog. Welcome to my old Girls Chronicles Fam Squad and welcome to my new Girls Chronicles Fam Squad. And if it's your first time joining us on this platform, you can become more acquainted with us by watching previous vlogs. Now, today we are in the kitchen once again and I'm going to be cooking some chicken soup. Well guys, you know I'm a prepper, so I've already from over the weekend I cut up and season my chicken that I need to put in the soup. And yes, some people believe you don't have to season the chicken when you putting it in soup, but I season it to put in soup because it adds another level of flavor to the soup. So, and I have my pumpkin already cut up that I am going to be putting in the soup. Let me show you. So, here we have chicken, seasoned chicken, and this is thigh, and I think it's like 2 or 3 chicken thighs that I cut up small here, and pumpkin that's cut up and frozen. Guys, you know me already. Yes. So I have the pot on the stove with heat under it, and the moment it starts to boil up, we are going to get the chicken and the pumpkin in, because what I want is that I want the pumpkin to cook, that it mash out in there. Sometimes I grate and freeze it. The last time I cooked soup, I used the grated one. So now I have to use the cubed pumpkin pieces that I have. All right, so join me on this journey as we cook some soup on this Thursday evening. Okay, great. Guys, as you can see, it's boiling and ready. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. This is how I cook it. Everybody is free to cook the soup how they cook it, but this is just chicken soup. Normally I do soup on like a Wednesday, but yesterday my son wanted something different, so I did some cheese and meatballs with spaghetti for him yesterday. So I'm dropping my chicken in there, and that's seasoned chicken, and I'm dropping in my pumpkin because I want these to cook and mash out and give the soup that nice color, rich color. All right, and that's us. So I'm going to put in the soup corn, carrot, Irish, sweet potato. I didn't get any yellow yam nor coke at the supermarket this week. Them never look 200, you understand? And I'm going to be putting in dumplings and some okra. That goes into my chicken soup. This is how I cook my Jamaican chicken soup. Let's get these washed and peeled. guys, the way I cut up my vegetables, I cut them small. So if you want your soup in a cup, you can have them in a cup. See? That's how I cut my vegetables small. So the soup must be able to drink in a cup. So you won't ever come to my house and get big piece of yam and all of those things. Those don't exist in my home whenever I make soup. Just use a half of this. The other half I will cut up and put it like that and freeze. Yeah. It's just myself, my husband, and my son. My son is not a big fan of soup. He drinks it, but he's not a fan. And the vegetable that he really likes in the soup is the Irish. So, alright, it's done. Look at that. It smells so delicious in here. I tell you, seasoning your chicken before, and this has been seasoned since Sunday and today is Thursday. Seasoning your chicken before cooking it in soup as a depth of flavor. I've even partially cook it, partially fry it and cook it in soup before, and it does so much for the soup. So, you know, sometimes you can change up how you do cooking your soup. And you see, the pumpkin is mashed out. Yeah, most of them mashed out, so that's how it goes. I'm stripping the ears of corn. And we're going to scoop off them in the soup. Wash them and I cut all those corn ears. Let's cook them now. Guys, I wish you could smell in here. It smells so nice. And I'm not wasting the rest of these. That's all going to go into the soup. So I have my Escallion, Scotch, my hot pepper, thyme, and 2 cloves of garlic that I am now going to add to the pot. This is the point where I also put in my noodle. And I am using Grace chicken noodle. Because I want all the flavor to cook into the food. How it's supposed to taste. But I'm going to add something else to it. I have some blended seasoning. And this is my blended seasoning. I'm going to add a little bit to it, a spoon. And I'm also going to add some Cool Runnings garlic, pepper, herb seasoning in there. Guys, I wish you could smell this pot. It smells so good. I remember all of those food that I cut up, I'm going to drop in here as soon as I feel these are melded together well. So I'm going to make some spinach to put in the soup. Not a lot of flour needed. And a little touch of salt. Not too much. Some cold water. And guys, always remember, keep your nails short, especially if you're doing a lot of cooking. I know I've seen some people cook with their gloves. Every now and again, I do it. But this is how I learned when I was growing up. And then guess again, you don't want to spoil your flour. You add the water little. You see how much more your flour can take. And this is just a small amount because I'm going to make like small spinners. Something like a handful to make the spinners, not a lot. I learned too is to always make sure you have a kettle of water. Yes, hot water. So if you need additional water to your soup, you can add that boiling water to it. So that your soup don't cool down and then have to come back to boiling pot to start cooking all over again. That don't make no sense. So always, if you know you might need additional water as you're making your soup, always have a kettle with boiling water. Let's add the food to the soup. And guys, if you could smell this soup, I'm going to put the dumplings in there. I'm going to make the spinach to put in there now. So just a small pinch, and then you roll it like this, and you drop it in. That's it. Small pinch, roll. And the Jamaican thing, soup without dumpling is not soup. Let that get going for a bit. But there, love the color. This is just chicken soup. And you notice the meat still have on their seasoning. So when you bite into that, nice. Guys, are you seeing that? I wish you guys could smell how in here smell. Now I'm going to add the okra to it. And the okra helps to give your soup body, if you like, a more full body soup compared to like having a lighter body soup. So the okra tends to do that. So I think I add like 7 or 8 okras in here. And this also is where you are going to, let's taste and see. Okay, and we have enough salt and everything in there. We don't need to adjust no more, add no more seasoning to it. One of the things I do is that I clean as I go, because when I'm through cooking, I don't want to have a sink full of dishes. So I wash them as I go. Look at this. Soon be ready. Yes. That's what Jamaicans would say, the pot soon land. Awesome. Awesome, awesome flavor. and all that flavor is cooked into every piece of food, meat, everything in there. Guys, the pot has landed, and I am going to share myself a bowl of this soup and make it cool a little bit, and then we're going to taste it together. But the pot has landed, and look at the soup. One of the things when you cut the food small to put in the soup, what it does is that it speeds up how fast. You don't have to wait for this big dumpling to cook, this big piece of yam, no, cut them small, make your life easier. You don't have to spend whole day in the kitchen to cook a pot of soup, right? So we're going to enjoy this soup together now. Guys, look on this lovely bowl of soup. I have my chicken, I have a piece of corn, I have dumplings, I have okra, carrots, sweet potato, Irish potato. Soup don't need nothing more than this. And the flavor, let's taste. Let's taste. You know when your grandmother used to make chicken soup for you? When you're sick? Chicken noodle soup? The flavors, second to none. Not like a nice piece of dumpling. Alright, you guys get some. You have soup in there now. Hot, still hot. Chicken, and you see, look at how, because it's been seasoned. All my meat, once I go to the supermarket, I prep them the moment I come home. Oh my God. I'm going to do a prep video with you guys one day. Tastes so good. Guys, I hope you will go and make the chicken noodle soup. This is my way. My parents make it a whole different way. They don't have chicken in theirs. They make a, what you call it, a ital soup. Sometimes I make a ital soup too. And my grandmother never used to add okra to hers, but I add okra to mine. My husband liked the soup with okra, and it does give body to the soup. And with all of what I put into it, I tell you, it's second to none. I don't get soup anywhere else like the way I make it. So go make your Jamaican chicken noodle soup, or make my format of chicken noodle soup and enjoy. Now remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And I will see you on the next vlog. Bye-bye.